That's been a big part of the success for us, is the machinist seeing that it's not just about them. Everybody is accountable for doing what we need to do as fast as customers expect us to do it. I'm Roberson, work with Master Power Transmission. We make industrial power transmission gearboxes. We've got a broad offering of equipment at the plant. We do vertical milling, horizontal milling, heat treat, gear hobbing, gear grinding. We even do worm rolling, worm milling, and then just general lathes and, stuff you find in any other machine shop. Generally, we work a couple bottleneck centers at our facility, 2 shifts. We have been 3 shifts, but we've got, somewhere between 50 and 60 people, depending on what the incoming load is at any given time at the plant. Obviously, one of the biggest things we've seen in the last several years is the supply chain. That's probably the biggest single driver of things that cause us headaches at any given time. And one of the interesting things that we found was, we will do whatever we have to do to take care of customers. So we were throwing people at the problem, we were throwing overtime at the problem, whatever we had to do, designing inefficiency into our process just to make sure that when the product arrived from the supplier, we were able to turn it around for customers. A lot of the things we did were Excel-based or Access-based, but a lot of manual entry. Guys just love to do manual entry, but it wasn't very timely. And then it required somebody else to own the data, kind of to divvy it up, tell them what to do with the information that we saw. But depending on how busy certain folks got, there was a lot of time between the data acquisition and actually doing something with it. Yeah, we learned about Amper from a really good peer that we spend a lot of time with. We're interested in what they're doing because they run their company very well. And, sometimes we're ahead of them, but in this case, they were definitely ahead of us. As soon as I went to the website, I knew it was a different kind of company. We pride ourselves on being a different kind of company, and Amper immediately looked different. I can remember the day, it was like yesterday, signed up for the 2-machine free trial. Within days, we had the product. We hooked it up very quickly, and immediately Amper was on board working with our folks, our production team, the IT team, make sure we got everything hooked up. And within a week or 2, we had data that we were able to start taking a look at. It was overall an outstanding experience. Over the last year, we have found that our guys really adopted the system, and we are getting very good data, not only about how well our machines are utilized, but what things are preventing us from utilizing them 100% of the time. It allowed us to really focus on what was important instead of the things that we thought were important. And we've seen a marked improvement in our utilization rate, in the output. It's allowed us to do some things with orders increasing in our core business, and without having to go out and invest in a lot of extra other things. We've been benefiting from, what we're getting out of increased utilization productivity from the guys that are striving to be better than they were a year ago. Yeah, one of the really neat benefits we saw with Amper was the call teams. It was really instrumental in making sure that our guys on the floor understood that faster and master wasn't all about them working harder. It was about the entire team. That's been a big part of the success for us, is the machinist seeing that it's not just about them. Everybody is accountable for doing what we need to do as fast as customers expect us to do it. Over the years, different options that we saw were a lot more involved in tying into the machines, and they tied into the PLCs, the controls, or the Cat5 network. But all of our machines are not like that. We've got a very broad mix. I would say 75% CNC, 25% manual based, machines that do a fantastic job for us. And Amper does a fantastic job of supporting both of those types of machines. There hasn't been a machine that we found that's been important to us that Amper wasn't able to give us the kind of data that we needed to see very quickly. Amper certainly aligns very well with the culture that we have in our manufacturing facility and our entire business. Amper helps us focus on what it is everybody's doing every day to make sure that we're going after that overarching principle of faster, master, be there, be the company that our customers can count on. Without Amper, a little bit, distracted, a lot of people want to go by, well, my gut tells me this. The gut is worth about 5%. I like that 95% that really focuses on what the reality is, and Amper is a fantastic tool for helping us get there.